This opening is straight ass. I cannot stand this motherfucker's music. Youngblood is the pride and joy of Doncaster. Everybody here loves him so much. Even if you are of the opinion that this OP is good, sorry, I am just hardwired not to like him. If anybody ever tells you that this show is subversive, just know that they are lying. The MC is like 32 instead of being a high schooler, and that is it. This is the least subversive shonen. If you have seen any more than like 3 good shonen, there really isn't much point in watching this. The first few episodes are kind of strong. Their setup for this show is actually pretty good. My expectations were like somewhat high. The main character is interesting, his goals are clear, and there is mystery in his powers. A bug breaks into his hospital room, and then Kafka eats it. This is truly one of the greatest mystery shows of all time. But from there, Kaiju No. 8 does nothing special at all, really. It's like if you fed ChatGPT 10 modern shonen that aren't Tatsuki Fujimoto's, because those are too interesting, and you asked it to write a shonen. It is so generic. And because of that, there isn't really a whole lot that I can actually fault Kaiju for, because it doesn't really try to do anything. The worst thing here is the plot holes. This is a little bit of an idiot plot. I don't really mean to spoil anything, but it should really be obvious that Kafka is Kaiju No. 8. They quite literally set up the fact that there are people who monitor the Kaiju Squad's vitals, and nobody ever notices his disappearances, or his crazy-ass powers on his vitals, or any of the other weird inconsistencies, like the attack on the training grounds. In fact, Kafka's inclusion on the squad in the first place is really odd. He has the trope of, I'm weak, but really smart, so I use my smarts to defeat the enemies. You see, Kafka used to be on the cleanup crew, so he's an expert in kaiju biology. The thing is, how do none of these people on the Kaiju Squad have any knowledge on kaiju biology? Was there no theory class? It's not even like super advanced shit. It's stuff like, these guys are weak if you shoot them in the back. Or, these guys usually travel alone. And everybody is like, holy fuck, Kafka, this is why you're on the team. So that's what's actively bad about the show. And I know it might seem like I hate this, but I don't. Everything else is just really middling. There's nothing that this show is particularly good at. It's not even a jack of all trades. It's slightly worse at everything than that. While I think that everybody can agree Cool Guy Fight and Cool Guy Punch are great, they have been done better before by so many other shonen. There really is no depth to anything, including this punch. The fights are extremely simple. There's no strategy or character depth behind them. Kafka's motivations are just left to rot. Why he values a moment when he was 8 so much, we don't know. The animation, while alright, is still leagues behind JJK, Demon Slayer, or even something like Chainsaw Man. There are a lot of frames where characters just look off, and the nice action cuts are rarer than you think. The arcs are all worse versions of arcs that have already been done before, and they are solved too easily. The power system is really boring. It's mainly guns. Kafka's uniqueness in that he's an adult feels ditched because he just acts like a fucking child anyway. The villains are boring. TikTok users would describe them as Aurelus. The side cast is paradoxically underdeveloped and has too much screen time. There are so many scenes where the side characters are shoved in. I don't really care about any of the rivalries of these random people. Frieren individually made you care about the contenders in its exam arc. Kaiju No. 8 just expects you to care, and shit, even that Frieren arc is regarded as one of the weaker ones. Even some of the fights feel quite slow and generally poor paced. This one with Kaiju No. 9 and these two just drags on for a long time. There is far too much dialogue. Everyone is constantly narrating their own actions, and there are so many opportunities where this guy could kill these two, but he can't because they're too busy talking. I just can't really think of any pros. If you've seen like 3 anime, this is probably worth a watch, but I feel like it lacks literally anything. It's got some cool fights and it has consistent action, which is why it's pretty easy to watch. This isn't a slog to get through, which is why it doesn't really enter the actively bad category. Kaiju No. 8 probably would have been a classic if it came out 10 or 20 years ago, but right now this shit feels freshly popped out of an AI generator. But hey, maybe this could be good in a couple seasons once the plot isn't just a mash of things that have been done before. Demon Slayer and JJK are known for their incredible animation. One Piece has that great world building. JoJo has wacky as shit dynamic fights. Attack on Titan has its deep and mysterious plot. Bleach has, Chainsaw Man is amazingly unique for a shonen, and Kaiju No. 8 does none of this. I give Kaiju No. Youngblood a 5 out of 10. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at Youngblood.